Well, Erik ten Hag has gone ahead and backed Jadon Sancho for the new role he feels like he can play in the team of Manchester United, that is as the new number 10 of Manchester United. Welcome to United Matters channel. Sir Jim Ratcliffe ready to sack the entire board of Manchester United to get in the new board to get the jobs and the work at the Secretariat of United up and running again. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. Or smashing the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time we upload a video onto this channel. Now, today is really a very beautiful day. You know that we drew yesterday at Southampton, at Old Trafford with Southampton, a result that we never wanted. But obviously, nevertheless, we move on. Red card given to Casemiro, missing out 4 games. Fulham, Newcastle, Brentford, and Everton. The beauty is that only one of those games is going to be played away from home. That is the game of Newcastle, and I think we'll be so much charged to see to it that we get a win at Newcastle. Why? We will be from the international break, and I believe we will be ready to go on and do the needful. That's it. So, today, Erik ten Hag has been speaking about Jadon Sancho. I know many of the people criticized Erik ten Hag playing Jadon Sancho into that position, but to me, I didn't. Do you know why? It's not the first time he's playing him in that position, but the problem was he played him into that position when Bruno is playing alongside Casemiro in the double pivot. And one of the things we know about Bruno Fernandes, he lacks what we call positional sense, and maybe ten Hag is looking at Bruno as that player that can come in and really play that role later. And obviously, he really let us down because he left yards of space open for Casemiro. That's why Casemiro goes in for that foul that sees him red carded in there for you. But for Jadon Sancho, he can play as a number 10. It's not the first time he's playing as a number 10. He played this role way back at Borussia Dortmund. He plays there very well. Actually, if he can master that position, he can become the best number 10 into that team of United. If you know the number 10, he's the central attacking midfielder. You can call him or her, you can call him the cam. That is Jadon Sancho for you. Now, Ten Hag has gone ahead and really issued a statement about the position of Jadon Sancho. He has said, I think at number 10, we need a strong press. You need quick feet in the midfield. You need a player there who can create, who can run in behind, which Jadon Sancho can do. I agree in all of the things that I said, but one thing that Sancho lacks is the hard work. I think one thing that Erik ten Hag is telling Sancho to really improve in his game is the hard work, because nowadays you need to run a lot. You need to run a lot. And when he was at Borussia Dortmund, he was one of the top players who the managers had given the license to do what he wants. Whether he wants to track back or not, he couldn't. You get? He tracked back on several occasions. So he was put in a situation that even if he's lethargical in the game, he just finds himself into the game again. That is Jadon Sancho, and I think that is what is really contemplating in the mind of Erik ten Hag about Jadon Sancho, because he needs him to be hardworking. I think he can play into that position very well, and is a player that you wouldn't love to have on your bench, but the energy is really lacking. I think Sancho needs to put in more energy. Though this game that has been playing ever since return from the rehabilitation, Sancho has shown us that he's ready to put in the hard work. Like yesterday, you saw him run up to the right back, trying to defend, going deep. You get? And he's good at that. I love that about him. So I think this is something new that is being introduced into Jadon Sancho. Let's pray to it that he ends up the season very well. And then in the preseason, he's going to be given a responsibility. And I think the manager will tell him that if at all you want to be an elite number 10 or a versatile player in the club of Manchester United, and you want to be that player who won't be dropped, you need to increase onto your energy. The distance that you run every game has to really increase. That is Erik ten Hag. But to me, I'm 100% okay with Jadon Sancho because his composure is really great and he's a press-resistant player. he's secure with the ball and is not afraid to really hold that ball and take on players. He can find a pass. He can really distribute the ball on either sides. He has a quick feet, and obviously he presses very well. So to me, I'm in tune with Erik ten Hag onto that, and I believe it's one of those things that we need to go on and really look at in the next season as Sancho becomes one of the best number 10s in the world. Now, the takeover news. This story was broadcasted or brought out by Duncan Castles, I think on Sunday morning. And I said, I think I'll do it on Monday. But badly enough today, I woke up late. Guys. But all in all, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is in, and he wants to cover Manchester United, and he has a new narrative and development that is really going ahead to show up. One, he has gone ahead and obviously issued a statement that he's looking for new CEOs, new director of football, technical directors for the club of Manchester United. And this is what he had to say. And today, I found this story worth of doing. Do you know why? We've been talking about the Qataris a lot. Amidst me being a Qatari and lobbying for the Qatari to take over Manchester United, I think it is professional enough to bring some news about Sir Jim Ratcliffe amidst me not being into him a lot to take over Manchester United. Now we've been told by Duncan Castles, he's a journalist for the Times. He has told us that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has charged Sir Brailsford with securing a team of individuals capable of overhauling United's sporting organization. When you talk about the sporting organization of Manchester United, it starts with the CEO. You get sporting director, football director, technical director. Those people are really responsible for really rebuilding the club and getting the structure back to where it's supposed to be. Sir Jim Ratcliffe remains confident of securing the ownership of Manchester United despite a competing bid from Qatar. All right. Then they've told us that Ineos, a company that is headed by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, has begun the process of identifying a new technical and executive team capable of making good on their stated aim to invest in Manchester United to make them the number one club in the world once again. Then he goes, Ineos director of sport is understood to have open conversations with best of class practitioners in recruitment, analysis, sports science, and training ground infrastructure. That is it. Then apart from Sir Jim let's first end there. Now, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, I think he has made some good research. And these are the channels that are really fan-based. And I might be here giving out my view when I'm representing close to 1 million people plus, all millions and millions of people. Now, Sir Jim Ratcliffe knows it very well that we hate the board of United. We don't want Richard Arnold there. We don't want John Mata there. Darren Fletcher, doubtful. And very many others. We don't have a negotiator, a chief negotiator. Matt Judge, who was there, was sacked. You get? And he left the club because he couldn't really do the job very well. And very many other people that were into the technical department, all in the footballing organization hierarchy of Manchester United. Now, I think he put out this story because he wants to excite us. You know, there is a group that wants Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and there is a group that wants Qataris, you know. But if you are to weigh them, the Qataris have put more offers on the table than Sir Jim Ratcliffe. That's it. So, as it stands, you can't come out and really compete with the Qataris if at all you don't talk about things that we the fans want to change at the club. The most important thing we want to change at the club is obviously the board. And when he's trying to secure new people to come in and do the needful at the club, that will excite some fans and it will really make him really get some more support from the fans because the Qataris have not hinted about it. You get? So, Sir Jim Ratcliffe has scored onto that. But, however much he's scoring, my mind is telling me that he's not yet the best candidate. I want him to come out and say, I'm going to clear off the debt of Manchester United. We want an owner who is going to clear that debt who is having a budget to build a stadium. Okay, even if he doesn't build a stadium for me, you get the most important thing for me, clear the debt. That debt has costed us a lot. Imagine that debt, by the time these Glazers were coming in, was close to 500 million pounds because the Glazers got cash of 200 million pounds and paid it. Then they got the 500 million pounds on loan from that bank in America, and it has been accumulating. Do you know why it has been accumulative? Because they've only gone ahead to be paying the interest and they've not tackled that loan. So the interest that has been paid there, if at all you really add it up, it's more than 500 million pounds. That's it. If you are to go on like the interest is like 10% per annum, you get? That means every year the Glazers have been paying a minimum of 50 million pounds to that bank for the last 18 years. Multiply 50 million times 18. That's almost 1 trillion pound. So it's 1 billion pound. 1 billion pound. So we've lost 1 billion pound to the bank that we owe. That then we've gone ahead to lose close to 2 billion pounds to the Glazers, meaning that if United never had that debt, United would have had a wealth of 3 billion pounds more, meaning that we could even go out in a season and spend close to 500 million pounds. You get? Because we are a team that has the funds and has the money. So I think Sir Jim Ratcliffe, one thing that we want to hear, we as fans of United, to me, people are talking about the stadium, people are talking about the services at Carrington being improved. That's it. Building hotels and so on and so forth. But the most important thing is to really get the debt. So if you pay off the debt, that means you are really saving 60 million pounds more. You get 60 million pounds more. So if you have 60 million pounds more saved at the club, and according to how you're performing with Erik ten Hag, you come in, you bring in a new sporting director, a new technical director who is reputable, you get? Like Paul Michu, you bring in Edwin van der Sar, you bring in a good negotiator who has done negotiation deals at the elite level of football transfers. Then you back Erik ten Hag and get him the players that he wants, meaning that we are not going to be ransomed on players like buying Anthony for 85 million pounds, yet he's a 40 or 50 million pound player. You get? That means we'll be saving some good amount of money and find ourselves in positions of backing Erik ten Hag. When you back Erik ten Hag, that means the team is going to be performing very well. When the team is performing very well, mates, do you know what happens? We earn in more money. Let me give you an example. If the Qataris coming through, right, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and they do what I've said, and win the Premier League, will earn close to 500 million pounds from the Premier League. We'll be in the Champions League, we'll have close to 100 million pounds from Adidas. That is 600 million pounds. Now, we go all out to the Champions League. If we reach the semi-final, you get, we can get in close to 80 million pounds from that. So if you add on the FA Cup, you add on the Carabao Cup, depending on where we would have reached, then there's some other money coming in from the shirt sponsorship. I think the deal you're going to seal this time round for the shirt sponsorship is going to be around 100 million pounds per year. Now, when you add the 500 million pounds coming in from the Premier League, because you've won it, and trust me, we are really one of the best teams that has the most number of supporters in the world. Trust me, if they are buying those rights, United is put first. That how many games of Manchester United are you giving me to air onto my platform? You get 500 million pounds. 100 million pounds coming in from Adidas, that is 600 million pounds. 100 million pounds coming in from the shirt sponsorship. You get the shirt sponsorship, that is 700 million pounds. 80 million pounds coming from the Champions League, that is 800 million pounds. and we're having other sponsors like DXC. You get, they get us like 20 million pounds, meaning that if at all we are performing better, they can get us like 30 or 40. Add on, is it Tezos, who are really the kit sponsors for the training kits of Manchester United. To me, I added up all that when we can spend, so we can get an income of 1 billion pound. If we get in 1 billion pound per year, I think our expenditure can be like 500 million pounds. If at all you are having 500 left, 500 million pounds left, even if you are to go on and really say, I want a loan of 2 billion pounds and I'm going to be paying you 100 million pounds per year to see to it that we get this done, I think the 300 million pounds left can be used for the transfers. That's it. 200, if Erik ten Hag is given 200 million pounds per summer to spend, there is no other way of backing him than that. So, to me, I believe the most important thing is really clearing off that date and getting in a proper footballing structure at Manchester United. The rest can be done. Because that money can come in through. But the biggest thing we are having is the date that has seen us pay close to 1 billion pounds for the last 18 years. You get, the Glazers have been taking in dividends close to 50 million pounds per year. You get, so it shows you that we've lost close to 3 billion pounds to the Glazers and the debt. Something that is not really music to the ears of we who really have pain for Manchester United and want us to be performing at that huge high level at the club. And lastly, Duncan Castle told us that apart from Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sheikh Jassim bin Ahmad Al Thani, a third unnamed group is involved in a round of face-to-face talks being run by the US investment bank Rain Group in Manchester. So guys, thank you very much for watching through your reactions to Ten Hag backing Sancho for being his next number 10, and obviously Sir Jim to sack the United board when he takes over the job. When takes over the ownership of the club. Thank you guys for watching it through. May the Almighty bless you abundantly. If at all it's possible, I might come back 2-3 hours from now to really grace you with the latest news and information coming in from Manchester United. I sign out for now. See you later. Good night, good morning, depending on where you are watching us from. I'm out.